Well, good Wednesday afternoon to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. I hope everybody is having a fantabulous Wednesday. But oh Lord, let me show you what's going on over here. Looks like that rain from Hurricane Harvey has made its way to Mississippi. So it's windy. It's like real windy right now. Actually, my area is under a tornado warning till 1800 or 6 o'clock, whichever you prefer. Not much we're gonna do out in the garden today, because you know I got a thing about that thunder and lightning. It's highly frightening, but we're gonna do some cooking today. So give me a second, let me get set up, and we're gonna rock on into it. All right, y'all, let's get our cook on. What are you gonna cook today, Dan? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna cook a sure enough chicken and sausage jambalaya, sure enough New Orleans style. My mama used to cook jambalaya all the time. Well, mainly on special occasions and stuff like that, Christmas, Easter, birthdays, stuff like that. And she just made a delicious jambalaya. She showed me how to cook it. I think I remember how to do it. The only thing different with this jambalaya is if you're from New Orleans, you know what Patton's hot sausage is, baby. That's that good hot sausage. And my grandmother used to always put Patton's hot sausage in her jambalaya. I don't have access to that up in Mississippi. So we're just gonna use just old regular kielbasa sausage and some chicken. I'm gonna point you down, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do first. Got some green onions, started chopping on that. These are fresh out of the garden. I'm just gonna cut them up into little bitty small pieces. I'm not gonna cut these too fine, because for one, I like to see the color in the jambalaya. And number two, you really don't need to. You can put as much or as little as you want into it. What I have over here is a few cloves of garlic. You can see that. What I'm gonna do with this garlic is I'm just gonna go on and smash them up and mince them real good. Smashing it like this makes it sure enough easy to peel. If you needed them whole, of course you couldn't do it that way, but see how easy that comes out of the skin? Okay. What I do on mine is, you see that little eye right there? I just take a knife and I cut all of those off. You don't want that in your jambalaya. I guess you could if you wanted to. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I've always cut them off. Not wasting anything, just cutting them little tips off. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna give this guy a good chop. With anything else, if you like garlic, add more garlic. I absolutely love garlic. We're gonna mince him up real good. I'm gonna push this off to the side. All right, let's talk about the rice mixture. You can do it a couple of different ways. My grandmother always used just a regular old long grain rice, and she added in all the seasonings to the rice when she cooked it. My local, like Walmart or someplace like that, they sell all the, and I use, for jambalayas, I use a lot of the dehydrated stuff, like the dehydrated onions, dehydrated bell peppers, dehydrated celery, dehydrated garlic, and I also add some Tonys in there with it. This is just a long grain rice that's got a bunch of seasoning in it. Let's see if you can see that. See it? It's got onions. Got some garlic in there, all dehydrated, and once the water hits it, it's going to reconstitute. I actually buy a packet from, I want to say Walmart, that's got all the dried ingredients that really do really well with a jambalaya. In New Orleans, they call it a trinity. Up here, it's just some dried stuff you put in a jambalaya. And I like to use the dehydrated stuff, the dehydrated seasoning. For one, it cuts down on all the chopping that you have to do. And it's going to taste just the same once it reconstitutes itself in the water. I'm going to get all of this stuff set off to the side, and then we're going to jump into the meat. And I'm going to show you what we are going to use as far as meat. So give me a second. What I have here is some brine, smoky hollow kielbasa. No, this is a smoked sausage, beef smoked sausage. I'm going to use that. And I also have some just old chicken tenders. I use, I don't know, maybe a pound of meat, something like that maybe. You know, total for your jambalaya. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But on the smoked sausage, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them into, you know, pieces like that, little bitty small medallions, about that thick, look like that. And I'll probably do maybe 2 of these. I have a bowl right here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this sausage and I'm just going to throw it off in this bowl. What I'm going to do is, let me go on and give this chicken a wash. Now, what I do on my chicken is a little bit different. You see this thing right here? This little tendon? I don't like eating that. So a lot of times I'll get my blade, and what I'll do is I'll put this joker on its side, this little tendon on its side like that, and I'll hold on to that vein, and I'll just give them a scoot like that. And it'll pull out some of that vein. I don't know if you can see it. And the skin that's wrapped around it, I pull that off too. Just scoot it down like that. That's it. You do your meat, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can cube it, you can shred it. And it just all depends on how you want to do it. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut these guys into some chunks. Kind of like that. And don't forget, y'all, when you're working with raw chicken or any type of raw meat, food safety rules do apply. I got to wash them paws once you get done. All right, let me give my hands a wash, and we're gonna rock on to what we're gonna do next. All right. What I'm gonna do is that chicken that I cut up, I'm gonna give it just a little bit of dusting of some Tony's, a little dusting of Tony's. I give it a little stir. Now what you need to do is, I have a pot over here preheating. What I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of olive oil right here, some old olive oil. I'm going to put me a little drizzle or 2 in there. Remember, hot pot, cold grease, or cold oil. And one of the keys to a good, showing off good jambalaya is just go on and brown your meat off first. I'm just gonna go on and add our sausage. Now I'm gonna add our chicken. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna brown this up. And I'm just gonna brown the chicken and the sausage together. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Woo, smells good too, y'all. Let them jokers get their brown on. All right, y'all, our chicken and sausage, they're about done browned up. And you know what? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. The secret to a good jambalaya is once you get all your stuff in that pot, don't stir it. Let that joker, just let it do its own thing. Let me show you. Can you smell the love? Let me go and get some of that. It's looking good. Now to this, it's gonna add about 2.5 cups of water. We're gonna add our rice. We're gonna add our extra seasonings. We're gonna mix this in really good, y'all. You gotta make sure that it's mixed really good. Lord, I wish y'all could smell this. Let me get the rest of that in there. We ain't gonna waste none of that stuff right there. Now, if you remember, I said don't stir it, but right now it's still in a liquid form. So it's going to be okay to stir it, because all I want to do is just make sure that all of those flavors, the rice, the chicken, and the sausage are mixed in and incorporated good. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this guy to a boil, a real good boil. We're going to turn it down. We're going to let it simmer for about 25 minutes. Look how pretty that looks. All right, I'm going to call that a boil, y'all. We're going to reduce this joker to about a low, and we're going to cover it up. All right, y'all, that timer just went off. 25 minutes this jambalaya's been cooking. I'm finna crack it open and give you a look. Just see what it looks like. Ooh wee, what you say? What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this jambalaya rest probably for about 5 or 10 minutes. Just all that rice can soak up all of that goodness, all of that juice. I'm gonna bring you back and I'm gonna show you what I'm finna do. So give me a second. All right, y'all. We're gonna let that jambalaya rest for about 5 or 10 minutes. I done plated some up. And I also cut up some tomatoes, add some Roma tomatoes. I'm gonna point you down because it's gonna be some good eating, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Look at her. Here's our jambalaya, and we have some Roma tomatoes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this spoon right here. I'm finna get off in that jambalaya because I know it's gonna be good. Give it a taste test, why don't we? Really good. That's good. Just like I remembered, if I had some of that Patton's hot sauces in there, ooh, Lord, it'd set it off. But there you go, y'all. Some New Orleans style jambalaya, chicken and sausage jambalaya. Got some Roma tomatoes that I cut up. I'm finna get my eat on. If you liked the video, hey, please give us some of those right there. Like the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Always gonna like to have new folks come over here to visit me over at my home in the sticks, just so I can share what I'm doing over here with y'all. And y'all, look, I say it again, don't let nobody dull your shine. Nobody. I mean, get your shine on. And we'll see you and y'all in the next video.